going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another episode of rebuilds of Madden 22. We're doing the Las Vegas Raiders. We have Dean Strauss as the head coach. As you know, the Raiders have been just going through hell on their team, basically, and lots of changes have been made. We don't have Henry Ruggs anymore because yeah, pretty much. This is an offensive line though. Tight ends is pretty solid, I'd say. I mean, the running back core is pretty good too. Like, I like the offense. Receivers definitely need help because we only have 3. They did sign D-Jax though, because they definitely do need him. Safeties is pretty solid though. Linebackers could use some work too, but we're gonna stick with them for now. D-line is pretty nice. Yannick Ngakoue is injured. I didn't even know that. Oh, he has a hip pointer, so he'll be back in a week. But D-line is actually pretty solid, I'd say. And then Cleveland Farrell, I think we're going to trade him away. I didn't know Trufant was on the Raiders. I did not know that. That's actually really nice. Trufant and Casey Hayward, that's actually not a bad crew. And what we could do, I'm probably going to trade Cleveland Farrell for like probably a lineman. I didn't know Alex Leatherwood's playing right guard. Why is he playing right guard? Okay, I guess that's okay. But excuse me. We're gonna see if we can see how much we can move, or if we would take a hit if we try to move Cleveland Farrell. So a lot of these guys hit. Richie Incognito's is on IR. That's fantastic. Trayvon Mullen's on IR. That's fantastic. He's pretty solid too. Hunter Renfro's pretty solid, I'd say. Cleveland Farrell, damn, our penalty would be $17 million, but he's not even doing anything. That's what sucks as well. But I guess that's okay. Jalen Richard though, $3.5 million, and he's just riding the bench. I don't know if that's like a solid deal to have, you know. Maybe we could try to trade him for like a guard, like a left guard, or maybe a right tackle. Honestly, we could try to trade him away for a right tackle because he's taking up a lot of cap. And let's see if he has any interest anywhere else. Looks like a fly guy. No teams are interested in taking him, so we're going to try to go to the Vikings, see if we could steal their right tackle, see if we could get something out of it. Take Brian O'Neill, give them Jalen Richard and a 4th rounder. Let's see if that goes through. Oh, wow. That was actually really easy. I did not expect it to go through that fast. So we picked up a new right tackle for the Raiders offensive line. So that helps out a lot. And then we got the defense is pretty solid, I'd say. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to also sign D-Jax because I know he signed with them. So no, OBJ's a free agent as well. Henry Ruggs, unfortunate. Definitely unfortunate, but we're signing D-Jax to the squad. Sign him to his deal. Not bad at all. Look at all these receivers here. I did not know these guys were all free agents. I think this is like real life too. Richie James Jr. is a free agent. And Anthony Miller. And Kiki Kuti. I did not know that whatsoever. So we do that. And now we pick that up. So we're going to see if we could change the scheme up for the team. Just to see if we can make sure they could try to get some W's in there. But so we got Brian Edwards, Hunter Renfrow, D-Jax, and Zay Jones. A very interesting crew of receivers, I'd say. Offensive line is pretty solid. We got Brian O'Neill now. And then offensive scheme fits. So we're tailored towards the run. So our best is either vertical power run or the other vertical run. So I guess we're just going to put it towards vertical zone run. And then we run a 4-3 under. And a base 4-3 would work for our defense. How about a 4-6, 4-3 under, quarters 4-3. I want to keep running the 4-3 under then, just for Max Crosby, because he's gonna definitely be a beast for us. So we're gonna keep him up. We're gonna keep him going. Keep him and Solomon Thomas can do their thing, and let's see if they can get pressure. So that's what we're gonna do for the squad, and let's see how well we do. Holy crap! We ended up going 14-3. Jesus, we took off this season. We went 14-3. The Raiders went 14-3. Okay. And none of our guys were top anything. Casey Hayward had 6 picks though. But what? We went 14-3. Offense was 7th. And then our defense was second in the NFL. That's amazing. So Derek Carr had 28 touchdowns, 12 picks, 95 passer rating. Not too bad. Josh Jacobs had 18 touchdowns, 972 yards, while Kenyon Drake had 10 touchdowns, 656 yards. Brian Edwards had 1,000 yards. Hunter Renfrow had 950. Darren Waller had 905. D-Jax had 798. So not too bad from our offense. Defense finished second in the league. So Solomon Thomas had 7.5 sacks. Yannick Ngakoue had 6.5. Max Crosby had 6. Cleveland Farrell had 5.5. So our defense, and we also had a lot of interceptions. Oh yeah, we had a lot. Our guys put in work, so that's awesome to see. But I did not expect us to do that well. I mean, we have an 83 offense, 81 defense now. We have people return from Yannick Ngakoue is back from injury. We have a bye. So we're facing the Colts. They're 11-6, and Defoe had 16 sacks, so that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be real fun. But we have a bye. We're home. And offense is looking good. Derek Carr's an 89. Receivers are looking really nice. Offense line's looking pretty solid too. And so, I mean, what can go wrong? Defense, we got some gems. Morig has developed nicely. And then Farrell and Max Crosby's an 89. And then corners are looking pretty good too. So, we're looking pretty solid. Everyone's healthy. So we're facing the Colts. So let's see how we face against them. We ended up taking the W 35-14, so now we're in the conference championship against the Browns. Denzel Good has a complete ACL tear. Oh, Casey Hayward got a back strain, so he's out for a week. That's tough. That is tough. So a lot of our guys here, I wish we could just return them. We could just bring them back. Damon Arnett is here. We got a lot of guys just sitting here. I wish we could return them from IR, but they're just gone for the count. But nonetheless, we're still doing our thing. Facing the Browns, they have a really tough team. Really tough. And we got to hope to see... Oh, Trayvon Mullen's back. Oh, if that's the case, then we can put him in the lineup, right? If he gets an upgrade like that. Let me see if I can put him in the lineup. See if I could designate them to return from IR. So left guard. This is John Simpson. So it doesn't look like it designate him to return. I think we had a certain time period when we could have. So we're just going to have Trufant and Nate Hobbs and Amik Robertson facing these guys. Yeah, there's nothing I could do. Casey Hayward's just out for one game, and it's for the Super Bowl. So let's see how we do against the Browns. We ended up taking the L, close game, 28-19. That's unfortunate that we lose the conference championship. Derek Carr was number 1 in the AFC for Pro Bowl. Alec Ingold was up there. Tight ends, none of our guys. Offensive line, none of our guys. Defense. Looks like they did not respect any of our guys. Casey Hayward made it, and Trevon Morig. But that's just about it. So they didn't really respect us. They didn't respect us as we went 14-3 and went to the conference championship. So that's cool. You know, that's cool. We're gonna remember. We remember all the disrespect that happens. You know what I'm saying? Remember all the disrespect. So we're gonna keep that. I just want them to keep that same energy. And contract got extended. Everything's looking well. We're looking like a pretty good team. So Super Bowl this year is Cowboys Browns. Let's see who takes that. So Browns ended up winning that. So they beat us, and then they beat the Cowboys. Grant Delpit won Super Bowl MVP. Aaron Rodgers won NFL MVP. So our boy did not win Defensive Rookie of the Year, surprisingly. So that's something, I'd say. But we got to re-sign some players now. This team's really good. I mean, shoot, we only took 3 L's this season, so I guess you could say we're more than just really good. But we got some players ready to negotiate. So Casey Hayward, he's 32. I think I'm going to let him go. We got AJ Coldo, our punter. I'm going to give him a solid deal to keep him around. He's a star punter. Why not? KJ Wright, we're going to let go. Jonathan Hankins, we're going to let go. Trufant, I think I'll let go. He wants a 1-year deal, though. So it might not be too bad to keep him around for 1 year. He would like to play for a new team, so he's gone. Alec Ingold, our Pro Bowl fullback. Definitely going to re-sign him. We got Solomon Thomas, D-tackle. He was on a 1-year deal. I'm going to keep him around because we're going to lose Jonathan Hankins. We have Daniel Carlson, our kicker. We're going to re-sign him to a 2-year deal. We get him back. We got Quentin Jefferson. He wants a 1-year, $4 million deal. I think I'm going to do it. Nicholas Morrow. For depth purposes, we're going to re-sign him. Deshaun Jackson's a 70 overall now. Damian Square, no. Nick Martin. We're going to re-sign you to deal. Marcus Mariota wants 23 mil over 3 years. That's a no can do for me. Darius Philon, D tackle. He's going to test free agency. We got Markel Lee. I'm going to see if we can keep him for depth. Then we got Roderick Teamer Jr. He has a broken ankle. We get him back, though, for depth as well. Brandon Parker for depth, but he wants to go. Dallin, leave it. We're going to leave him alone. Derek Carrier's a 58. Jeez. A lot of these tight ends are trash and overall. So a lot of these guys, we're just going to let them go. We're rebuilding on. So we have about 40 million. We need a receiver. I think it's time we pair up Devontae Adams with his college teammate and Derek Carr. So I think that's what he'd want to go to the Bay. And that's what we're going to do. I'm going to give DA a huge deal. So we get that position solidified. We have Derek Carr here. We're probably going to draft the QB late, though. We're going for DA, top of the class, so that doesn't matter. Offensive line. I think Richie Incognito retired, so center is okay. Right guard is okay. Right tackle. Just so we have some depth. I feel like depth is just the main priority that we should go after. I want to just have depth at the tackle position. Left end, we have Max Crosby, who I'm very happy with. D tackle, we just have one. We just have Solomon Thomas. And we need a speed rusher. So they want us to get a speed rusher. They have a bunch of run stoppers here. We have Sebastian Joseph Day, who's pretty solid. He looks pretty good. We're going to see if we could offer him a deal, see if he would want to sign with us. Right in, we have Ngakwe, so I'm not worried. Left us a linebacker. They want us to get a pass rusher, but yeah, there's nothing we could do there at the left us linebacker position. Right outside, they want us to get a whatchamacallit, a run stopper. They want us to get a run stopper at this position. Quan Alexander could fit the scheme very well. So let's see if we can get him a deal. So yeah, so let's try that. And then let's see. Because I feel like there's a couple contracts we could definitely get rid of. Just so we don't have to like die in the future. So that being said, we got Nick Kwiatkowski. He's 29. He's an 82. He fits our scheme. I think we'll keep him around. Denzel Perriman, and same thing. You know, nothing too crazy. Carl Nassib is taking 8 mil, and he's like a third string. I'm gonna release him just so we have a bit more cap, a bit more flexibility. Let's see, we got Corey Littleton here. He fits the scheme. 73 overall, run stopper, but I think I'm gonna release him too. Just so we can sign people, you know, just so we can have a good-looking team. So we have a middle linebacker situation set. Just got to make sure that no one else is taking like up a lot of cap. Denzel good, we're keeping him around as just his backup. So with releasing those guys, we can try to go back for the defensive tackle position. See how much we have left to spend. We have 21 million. So defensive tackle, we're trying for the Sebastian Joseph Day. So that's not bad at all. And then if we don't end up getting him, we could pick up Malik Collins for depth, which I don't think would be bad at all. Malik Collins for depth gives us like room to work with the D-line. And that could help us out a ton. Middle linebackers. What we could do here is Devondre Campbell and Chris Barnes are two pretty good middle linebackers. We run a 4-3, so one of them would fit the scheme well. So we go for Chris Barnes, let's say, and then we're looking for a run stopper here. So we could try Quan Alexander. Don't give him a crazy deal, but something that could work. Not too much of a cap hit. And corners is a position that I think I'm going to try to work with in the draft, so I'm not worried about that either. And so with Nick Kwiatkowski, we're going to see if we could trade him away for a right outside linebacker. Or a left outside linebacker. Whatever could work. Nick Kwiatkowski. Okay, so no teams like green for him, so that's interesting to say. So we're looking for a right outside linebacker. Ben Gideon, Jalen Phillips, Alex Singleton. Don't tell me no team has a right outside linebacker. That'd be crazy. Quincy Williams. Actually, we're looking for a speed rusher. Zadarius Smith and Rashawn Gary. They're both looking pretty beastly. They feel like he doesn't bring enough to the table. Maybe we could try Zadarius Smith. He would work. They wouldn't want to let them go. Interesting. So Kwiatkowski in a second. Because they're going to lose their middle linebackers. So we're actually doing them a favor. How about we give them Kwiatkowski in a third for Rashawn Gary? How about for Zadarius Smith then? Okay. How about a second and Kwiatkowski for Zadarius? If not for Zadarius, then for Rashawn Gary. Alright, so I know Rashawn Gary is probably going to be their future piece of the team. So give them a second of this year and a first of next year for Zadarius. Cool. So we just shored up that position. We just got a beast. So we just picked up a beast. So that helps out a lot. So let's advance to next week. So, boom. All right. So, we picked up Devontae, picked up Sebastian Joseph Day, Chris Barnes, Malik Collins, and Quan Alexander. Perfect. We have about 2.1 million left from from those moves, but we just made this team way better than this previous year. So, offensive line got some, still pretty much the same, but it's not too bad. We have a new number 1 receiver in Devontae Adams. We have Brian Edwards backing him up. Then we also have Hunter Renfrow. So that's going to be a good crew of receivers for Derek Carr. And then defense, we're on a 4-3, but we picked up Sebastian Joseph Day. So he's going to be a new force on the D-line. We also have Zadarius Smith and Quan Alexander, so linebackers that fit the scheme well. So this should be really good. And with the draft, we're definitely gonna have to draft a corner, I'd hope. But if there's any available, a quarterback would be a crazy pick. That'd be a crazy pick, but I want to go for a corner. We have a kid here named Lynn Sullivan, and he has C man coverage, D zone coverage, D press. It doesn't look too appealing. C play rack, C block shed, B tackling, F kick return. You know, he has potential, but I'm not really feeling it. But this kid, though, elite acceleration, looks pretty solid. He has C man coverage, C block shed, C play rack, A stamina, D A hip power, D injury, B zone coverage, C tackling. I think we're gonna pick him up. 91 speed, 5'9" corner. Could be pretty nice. Justin Walton. You know, the Raiders suck at drafting, so that's what's new with that. But we're gonna send to the end of the draft. Alright, now let's take a little draft recap, see what we did. So we ended up getting a right outside linebacker, 71. Eli McMillan, then a safety, a tight end, and a center in Cody Watson. So not too bad. We don't have a QB though. I feel like that's something that could be an issue because we just have Derek Carr. So we just only have Derek Carr at QB. We're facing the Bears. Khalil Mack, former, he was a former Raider. So, but I'm gonna show you guys what the team is looking like. We have DA now, so that's going to be another plus to the offense. And we went 14-3. I know DA is probably like, nah, this is the type of team he wants to play on. So, I didn't even see how the game went from last year. I'm dumb. I forgot to literally look at that. But this is the offense. Looks pretty solid. This is the defense. Looks pretty good too. Got lots of gems here. Damon Arnett's back. And we also have Trayvon Mullen back from injury. So, hopefully these guys could stay healthy. All right, so we ended up going 12-5. We didn't win the division because the Chiefs went 16-1. So the Chiefs were playing no games this year. So 2 years in a row, we made the Raiders a playoff contender. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. A revenge game with the Colts. I know they want their revenge for sure. They went 8-9 this season. Calvin Ridley, Scotty Miller, and Marquez Valdez-Scantling were top 3 for receiving. That's crazy. Damon Arnett Jr., though, had 4 picks. Adrian Amos had 8. That's insane. But not too bad. Not too bad. So our offense was 9th. Okay. Not too bad. Top 10 offense. And our defense was 8th. So top 10 defense as well. 30 touchdowns, 8 picks for Derek Carr. 100 passer rating. Pretty solid. Josh Jacobs had 23 rushing touchdowns and 1,300 yards. I think that's like an NFL record. We had 3 1,000-yard receivers in Hunter Renfrow, D.A., and Darren Waller. That's just insanity. That is just crazy. Chris Barnes led the team in tackles at 1.5 sacks and 2 picks. Yannick Ngakoue had 8 sacks. Zadarius Smith at 7.5. Solomon Thomas at 7. Max Crosby at 4. Pretty nice. And then Damon Arnett had 4 picks, led our team too. So that's pretty nice. So now we're back in the playoffs. And this time we're going to be not the top seed. So this should be a good game. Playoff bracket. Packers and Chiefs both have first round byes. So Packers, D.A., Zadarius, and Rashawn Gary did their thing. So facing the 8-9 Colts. Let's see what happens. We ended up losing the first game 28-21. They get their revenge against us. That's a little bit annoying. Just a tad bit, losing that game. Oh, let's see how that went. Let's see why the game went like that. We should be winning games. I feel like we should be. There's no reason why we should be losing close games. So Derek Carr got sacked 4 times, while Carson Wentz got sacked twice and threw a pick and has 64 rating, but we still lost. Okay, so Jonathan Taylor killed us running the ball. Josh Jacobs was solid, but they literally killed us running the ball. They had 3 guys on their team score a touchdown. And Von Miller's on the Colts too, so he had 3 sacks. Nice. Von Miller and Defoe. Wow, who would have thought? That's a crazy combo right there. That is insane. All right, so 2 years in a row making the playoffs. Not too bad, but we have a move to make. We have to do more. Definitely have to do more. Let's see who made the Pro Bowl for our squad. And we don't even have a first-round pick this year. Just remember that, too. So if I had a first-round pick this year, this should be Browns, Cowboys again. Wow. So Browns and Cowboys are issues in the NFL. Derek Carr made the Pro Bowl. 2 Pro Bowl seasons. Josh Jacobs made it as well. Patrick Card made it. Hunter Renfrow made it. Darren Waller made it. Offensive line. Brian O'Neill made it. That's pretty good. D-line. None of our guys. Linebackers. None of our guys. Corners. Damon Arnett Jr. made it. All right, so we had a couple Pro Bowlers this year, which is really good to see. We had a lot of Pro Bowlers, so I was going to try to get rid of Derek Carr, but he just made the Pro Bowl again, so it's like, I guess we can't. So I think our best bet is probably like working on the interior line. I think that should be our priority. Cowboys ended up spanking the Browns 35-7 in their rematch. Calvin Joseph won Super Bowl MVP on the Cowboys, and none of our guys won anything. So, all right. Zadarius Smith's back from injury too, so we have a chance to re-sign players. We have $102 million in cap. So, Josh Jacobs, who's been pretty beastly, I'm gonna re-sign him. I'm gonna re-sign Josh Jacobs, which we do. Zadarius Smith is 30 years old. I don't know if I want to re-sign him though, so we're gonna leave that there. We got Max Crosby though, Captain Crosby. Definitely want to re-sign him. He fits our scheme, so I know he's gonna turn up eventually. We get him back. We got Yannick Ngakoue. He's a captain. We got Trayvon Mullen Jr. He's gonna want a deal. I'm gonna re-sign him because we need corners for sure. Derek Carr just wants a 1-year deal with us. Derek Carr wants a 1-year deal, so we give him $33 million for 1 year. Got Hunter Renfrow to re-sign as well. Got a lot of our guys here. We got to make sure we keep this team going. Kenyon Drake as the backup running back. Let's see if he accepts that. He does. We got Dom Hall, practice squad QB. He's just the backup, so we're going to re-sign him. We do. And then we got Cleveland Farrell. I think $16.5 million is too much for him, so we're going to let him go. Jonathan Abram is our starting strong safety. I think we're going to... Malik Collins, our D tackle. We could probably draft someone. Foster Moreau as the number 2 to Darren Waller. Going to definitely re-sign him. And the rest of these guys we're just going to let go. Nick Martin we're letting go as well too, because we're gonna have to try to find a center or trade for someone, because it's looking pretty bad. It's looking pretty bad. And Yannick Ngakoue, let's see. We won't have cap if we try to sign him. That's the problem. That is the problem. So if we let him go, we're gonna have to re-sign Cleveland Farrell to a 2-year deal. He'll probably sign with this though. Yeah, he does. So we get rid of Yannick Ngakoue for Cleveland Farrell, but he didn't do anything, so he's asking for a lot of money too, and we're gonna lose out on Zadarius Smith. So, you know, we lose our starting center and left us linebacker, but I think I'm gonna use a couple picks here to try to, you know, work something here. Maybe go for that left us linebacker position. Maybe see what we can use to get some guys back, you know. See if we can find some left us linebackers to help out with the team. Let's see. Any teams interested in a left outside linebacker or interested in giving us a left outside linebacker that would fit our scheme? And maybe let me clarify. We've got Trey Flowers and Romeo Carwa. Let's try Rashawn Gary, even though we wouldn't be able to afford him either. So we're kind of gonna have to go for a younger guy too. So Brandon Harrison, I think will have to be the guy. Will be our younger guy that we go for. So a 3rd rounder straight up. Okay, that's fine with me. We got our new left outside linebacker. We need a center now too. They say we need a center. We don't have cap. So we don't have cap, but we could trade for younger pieces. So I feel like if we trade like a 4 for a center, that could work. Let's see what centers are available. Because I don't want to wait for I don't want to wait in the draft for a center, because then I don't know what to expect. We have Tyler Biadasz. We could try him. We also have Matt Hennessy. Matt Hennessy could be someone we trade for too. Who's Sawyer? Who's the Sawyer guy? Oh no, he's not going to fit the scheme. Nothing I'm liking here so far. Kendrick Green's a 76. He's 24. Let's see if a 4th rounder would work. Significantly more value for Kendrick Green. How about corners? What corners do we have? Corners aren't bad. Safeties are good. Right outside we just have Quan. Could use that with our 2nd round pick. Left outside is good. Right end is fine because we have Cleveland Farrell. We're letting him develop into that role. Offensive line will definitely need some backups for sure. Yeah, they're going to definitely need some backups. About a 4 of this year and a 5th of next year for Kendrick Green. A 4 of this year and a 3 of next year for Kendrick Green. I feel like should be good. Damn. A 3 of next year and a 7th of next year for Kendrick Green. Oh my gosh. How about a 6? A 6 should definitely work. Cool. So we just got a new center. Perfect. Alright, so after making those trades, our offense is way better now. We don't have funds, so let's go to the draft. I think in the draft we're going to try to go for, see if we can get a right outside linebacker with our 2nd round pick. I feel like that could work, considering that, you know, we have Quan Alexander, but he is older, and we did sign him to like a 3-year deal, so I didn't expect him to last on our team for that much longer. So yeah, we'll have to see with that. But the team is looking pretty good. I mean, we went to the playoffs 2 years in a row, and they're showing lots and lots of promise. So can't even be too mad about that either. So, hey, what can you do? All right. So we have the 24th pick in the 2nd round. So let's see if there's a right outside linebacker that we could possibly pick up, even though it's so late in the draft. Let's see what's available here. Running back, receiver, right end, D tackle. Yeah, so nothing we'd want, of course. Got one kid here. His name is Montreal Folk. He has C tackling. Physicals, he's pretty good, excelling off the ball. His skills, C tackling, B play rec though. C impact block, A stamina. Alright, because his play rec is pretty nice, I'm gonna pick him up. 82 speed, 91 excel, 79 strength. Not too bad. Run stopper, so he could develop nicely. So that's the start pick. And then since the end of the draft. So now if we look at the draft recap, he actually came out to being a 72, so that's actually really good. Surprisingly, him being a 72 puts it up to par with Quan Alexander. So he could actually, we might actually have to start him. Who knows? That rookie gonna get the start over Quan Alexander? I mean, they're both literally the same overall, so it's like can't even be too bad of a difference. Even though one's like designed, he fits perfectly with our scheme. So we need to end up getting a D tackle though, but I feel like our D line should prevail. Hopefully they could do their thing. But I'm gonna show you guys the team. Probably maybe get rid of Quan Alexander, maybe trade him away for a D tackle. Who knows? But the offense is pretty solid. Receivers are really good. Offensive line, we picked up Kendrick Green, so we have some space there. We have some backups. And defense, we got Harrison, we got Alexander. And then D-line, not too bad either. So I think we're going to, let me see how much of cap it would be for Quan Alexander if we try to move him. Let's see. Right outside linebacker. Quan would be somewhat of a penalty, but nothing too crazy. We also have a kid named Eli McMillan. I didn't even realize he was there. We actually have quite a bit of players here. So Markel Lee's on our team too. So maybe we just trade them for depth, because I know we definitely do need depth on our team. So let's see what we could do. Trade Markel Lee for depth. I thought the Eagles are green from him. I was about to say. Aaron Rodgers is on the Eagles. Holy crap. Aaron Rodgers is on the Eagles. Wow. Who would have ever thought they'd see the day? Let's see. We give them Markel Lee for McCree. What? They're not going to accept that? Why would they not accept that? Okay, that's weird. Why would they not accept that? Alright, how about the Dolphins? Dolphins were literally just interested. Oh, it was the Cowboys. Damn it. And we just put Markel Lee away. Alright, so they're interested. And we're trying to just get like some depth on the D-line. How about Neville Gallimore? They want to be able to afford him. Nice. Any other teams interested in Markel Lee? We got the Texans who are interested, and we're looking for depth at D tackle. Roy Lopez will be just fine. Thank you. Picked up Roy Lopez. Ain't even mad. Now that the D tackles have some players, not just some like, we have some type of backup, So that helps out. We have 1.76 million. I think I'm gonna sign maybe another guard or a center. I'm gonna sign it. Maybe I should sign a tackle. I don't know. Let's see what's available to sign for cheap. Left guard. We got Russell Bodine. Yeah, why not? We sign Russell Bodine. Make it for depth. Cool. All right. So we do that. So now let's see if we can make the playoffs and repeat our success. So we ended up making the playoffs again, going 10-7, and we were second in our division behind the Chiefs. The Broncos went 10-7 as well, and the Chargers went 7-10. while we went 10-7. So another year of making the playoffs. We're facing the Bills. This should be a good one. Definitely a good one. And let's see for what our guys did. So none of our guys are top 3 anywhere. Nicholas Morrow had 5 picks somewhere. So none of our guys are top anywhere. So our offense was 9th though. Derek Carr only had 26 passing TDs, so nothing too crazy. But our defense was top 10 too. So our defense and offense has been top 10 for 3 years in a row. So that's really good. 26 touchdowns, 15 picks, and a 92 pass rating for Derek Carr. Not too bad. Josh Jacobs, 18 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. DA and Hunter Renfrow both had over 1,000 yards. Amazing. Max Crosby, as we re-signed him, he had 12.5 sacks. He beasted. Cleveland Farrell actually played really well, had 7 sacks. And then Solomon Thomas had 6.5. While Brandon Harrison had 6.2. And then Montreal Folk probably got the start. He had a sack, got a couple tackles in there. Nicholas Morrow was actually on our team. He had 5 picks, so that's really good. So we had our guys doing their thing. So it's looking very promising. So let's see everyone's overall before we go into this playoff matchup. See if these guys could get the job done. So offensively, everyone's progressing really nicely. And that's pretty good. Receivers, Renfro's an 86, Edwards a 78, DA's a 99. Got Josh Jacobs as a 96. Derek Carr's an 85. And then we got Folk starting. We got Chris Barnes and Harrison doing their thing. D-line, Max Robbie's at a 92. Cleveland Farrell's at an 80. Corners are doing pretty solid, and safeties are doing pretty good too. So, with that being said, we're facing the Bills. We're away. Let's see if we could stop their parade. And we cannot. We ended up losing 28-14. So, basically, 3 years in a row of simulation. What I've taken away from this team is that they're pretty good. It's a pretty good team. With the moves we made with the Raiders, a little bit of moves, they can be playoff contenders. And they can definitely challenge like the NFL. But it's like we can't do anything when it comes to simulation. Besides that 1 year when we beat the Colts, went to the conference championship, it was the first year. That was our only solid year. Other than that, we've been taking an L. But, I mean, these are the final overalls. Not too bad for our guys at all whatsoever. So they played pretty well. We definitely made a right team here. I want to see how this game went, and then we'll just call it that. But playoff schedule. So against the Bills, we only put up 14 points. Derek Carr threw 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, got sacked 3 times. While Josh Allen threw 1 TD, got sacked twice, had a better passer rating. Josh Jacobs did pretty well running the ball, but their running attack was not the greatest either. So they just had more touchdowns than us. Defense. Max Crosby got a sack, so did Farrell. Ed Oliver did, and so did Jordan Willis. And our boy Brandon Harrison. And they had D Ford on the Bills, too. And then Tre'Davious White picked us off. So it's probably one of those tight games, but what can we do? But anyways, I think that's a pretty solid rebuild of the Raiders. We made them 3 times in a row playoff contenders, and I think that's pretty unique considering they have a tough division. But anyways, guys, so if you guys enjoyed watching the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, comment down below what other teams you want to see me rebuild. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. And remember, you got to be a phoenix.